You'll notice during the 3 days, the way that we will learn, the way that you will learn is you're not going to be sitting there and just taking notes passively. This is not school. This is not school. I hated school. That's why I dropped out of college, right? This is not like that. You will notice you will be actually doing a lot of the thinking, writing, discussion, because let's go through Kong of learning, right? If you read something, you'll remember 10% of what you read. How many have ever read a book and you don't remember what you read, right? And you're like, oh man, I think I remember the title, right? If you hear something, you'll remember 20% of what you hear. So by the time 3 days we're done, if we're not engaged, we don't participate, you forget 80, 90% of what I said, even if you take notes, right? If you look at pictures visually, remember 30%. You retain a little bit more. If you see it done on location, which we'll do a lot of that, role play and things like that, day 2, day 3. If you watch a demonstration, if you watch a movie, you'll remember 50% of what you see and what you hear. What you see and what you hear. But if you participate in a discussion and you share ideas, you'll retain 70% of the learning. 70% of the learning. This is why I set it up as a round table. Every single time I do training, I do round table. I never do theater and I never do like the table like lecture, because that's a one-way communication. You're gonna remember 10% of what I said. That's not learning. But if you do the discussion and you say it, you're gonna remember it. Make sense, right? That's key. And for virtual, by the way, even in person, when we do discussion in here, we're gonna put you into breakout rooms, okay, groups of 5 or 6, so you would be able to do those discussion as well. Cool? Yes? Virtual? Chat? Cool. If you do the real thing, and if you actually do a presentation, you retain 90%. 90% of what you do, right? So what we want to do is we want to kind of get above that 50% of learning instead of staying below the 50%. Are you with me? Yes. I can't hear you. With me? Yes. Yeah, right? 50%. Energy up, because when you have energy, when you learn, when you go out there, when you face the real world, you're more motivated to implement. Because the learning is anchored into your body. If you are learning like in school, you go to the real world, you're not motivated to implement shit. This is why I'm to recognize we don't implement what we learn in school, because you're in that state of mind. If you bring the energy into learning, now you're excited, you go into the real world, it's like, okay, I want to implement. I can't wait to get started. Let's go. Make sense? Right? Hello?